Well, hello everyone and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going right on into our updates and I have some really exciting news today. We all know it when we see our boxes look like this. That means we have some completions. So for the first completion, I just want to show y'all this. I went and picked this up last Thursday, and I am so excited to show y'all. Look what I got back. I received my Silverstone back, and y'all look at that cute little detail. Those are actually jingle bells on there. I don't know if you can actually see it better on the back because I did have them use the cream thread and my backing is cream colored. So let me see if you can see it better like this. This is the backing that I chose. I don't know if you can see that better, but I'm so excited to have this done, but unfortunately, it is going to go in my stack with all of my other quilt tops that I need to bind. I'm thinking, and I know I've expressed this before, I'm thinking about taking the latter part of this month and doing all my bindings on all my quilts. So, you know, I really want to get those done. I really want to get them done. So I will be going into October or fall season for me. September is not fall. I'll be going into the fall with completed quilts. The next thing, I have all my boxes sit here so I know which one to talk about. The next thing that I have, and I'm just moving this box over, because all it has in it is my binding. It is for this quilt right here. This is my National Sew a Jelly Roll Day quilt. This is called the Unchained Jelody. It is a paid-for pattern. I got it from, I believe, Flabby Tabby Designs on Etsy. You can go to Etsy and just search Unchained Jelody quilt pattern, and it should pull it up. But this is my pattern, or my quilt completed. If you notice the blue there, that just kind of gives me scarecrow overalls, hay rods kind of vibes. So I'm really excited about that one. Now, the next quilt top that I have completed, y'all have not seen this one yet, but you will be seeing it this week. It is behind the Unchained Jelody. So give me 1 second and I will show you the quilt top. Here you will see the Disappearing 4-patch. I did go on and complete this. I didn't have very much to do, so I actually got on it earlier today, which is Sunday. I got on it earlier today and went on and got it completed. But that one is now finished. You will see the video of me completing this later on in the week. But y'all, I'm loving this. I'm really loving this. So on to our next update that we have. Things that I have worked this week. Now, it's been a very hectic, crazy week this week. Did not get a lot of sewing done. But I do have some things that I did get done. Hashtag Team Woodland, y'all. I got my 8th clue for the Cotton Cuts Tree of Life. This, you're no longer able to sign up into this one, but the Wild West is still going on. I believe as of this morning when I looked, I did see an ad where you could still get into the Wild West. There are some colorways still available. For the Tree of Life, I am doing the large quilt. Now, you have an option of a small quilt or a large quilt. The first puzzle mystery quilt that I did with Cotton Cuts was the Carnival. And I did this small quilt for that because I was like, I really don't know what I'm getting into. I'm going to go small just in case. But this time I went on and did the large for the Tree of Life. And these are, we did 8 of these blocks. Try to make sure it gets where y'all can see all of them. We did 8 of these blocks. They are the same exact block. And that was the only one that we did for Clue 8. Normally you have 2 different blocks that are 2 different units. Not necessarily blocks, but 2 different units that you put together. But this is my Clue 8. So we are getting close to being done with the Tree of Life. I believe we only have 2 more clues, or 1 clue in the finishing. I don't remember, which it doesn't really matter because until I get the finishing kit, I'm getting clues. And I believe with this one, I did order the extra borders, the border kit to it. So it's probably going to be a very large quilt. Now for the, I'll tell you about Wild West a little bit later. But that is one that I did finish. Cotton Cuts information will be down in the description of this video. If you're interested in going and looking, checking out the Wild West, if you're interested in doing it, you can go look at it, see what all the ins and outs of it is. Now, upcoming on my table that I do intend to get done. But the next thing that you guys will be seeing this week is just thrown in my box here. Let me see if I even have the, yeah, I have the pattern here. It's the Jelly Roll Irish Chain. I started this on the live with Donnell on Saturday. Our live was at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And I started working on this, but, you know, we started talking and I didn't keep sewing, and that's fine. I will bring you along to see this. This will be, I don't know if I'm going to do a sew along with it because I should be able to get this finished in a couple days, but I will put it either on Saturday or Sunday. But I think I have another day that I may put it on. I'll probably put 2 days of it this week, trying to go on and get it finished up. So I'll have it done in another quilt top for me to either quilt or carry to the long armor. So what do we have? Well, let me show you the thing that I mainly worked on all week long. This is why I did not get a lot done. Because I am trying to figure this out. We received, let me see if I have the pattern right here. I did. In the Creative Notions subscription box, we received this pattern. Well, the pattern, I don't know what happened. There are some misprints or something going on. Some of the cutting instructions were left off. And I will go on and just kind of give you a brief. Cutting instructions for the Ohio Star, which the Ohio Star is this one. Now, look closely at the colors in there. You notice it's a white, a background, and then the red. And when I say background, that's supposed to be a low volume. The cutting instructions for the Ohio Star. Now, remember the colors there. White, red, and a background. It tells you a white, a red and white, which is the red, and then a white red, which is the background. And then it says white. And it tells you of the white, how I'm reading this. It looks like of the white, you cut 6 of these by width of fabric, and then you subcut that into different sizes. That's all it tells you of the white. And what that is, it is the, it's these little white pieces right here. Right here. No, I don't think it's those. No. It's these. It's these right here. It's your corner pieces. And then it goes on to tell you about the red and white 1, the red and white 2, and then the white and red. It tells you how to cut that. Never does it tell you how to cut, no, these right here, these white pieces. Because those are different sizes than the other one. So that was missed out on, because that's, I think that's called a quarter square triangle is what that's done. And so they didn't tell you to cut 5 of those out, but you need 5 of them. For the Lemoyne frayed chain, this right here, they tell you to cut a certain number of the red and white, and of the white and red. Let me show you the white and red. These are the white and reds right here that I'm talking about, these little bitty ones here. They only tell you to cut 1. But once it's all said and done, you've got to cut 80. You've got to cut 80 out of a width of fabric. There's absolutely no way to do that. You actually, instead of 1, you need 5. So I have had to order more fabric. It's a beautiful pattern. I don't think the fabric choices were a good choice, because based off of the stickers on my fabric that I got, and I went like the red and white 1, the red and white, and then the white with red. This is what my Lemoyne star is looking like. This white with red is way too busy. Way too busy. Because see, they just, to me, it's not enough contrast. All of these should have been this color. But there was not a lot of this color at all. That was the smallest fabric that I got. Very small. I don't even know if I got the amount that this pattern said. But I've had to order more fabric because there was not enough in here for me to do, you know, the borders and the binding. And I know most of the time you get enough stuff to do the borders and the binding. It did not say in here in the box if it did not have enough, you know, if it was just for the squares or just for some, it didn't say. But this is the Ohio square star or whatever. That one is very pretty. But this one here, the Lemoyne, it's been giving me nothing but troubles. Now, when I get the whole quilt put together, and that is one of my goals, is to work on that this week, maybe. I may not. I know I have to wait for the fabric. So it's just according to if the fabric gets here or not, if I get to work on that or not. But I have gotten the measurements. I was told by a viewer that the measurements were off on that. Well, I want to keep the measurements of this block, this centerpiece. I want to keep those bigger. And she told me what she did. She just cut all, because these are done in squares. This is a square. Well, that's a rectangle. This is a square rectangle. She said she cut all of them the same size as these. And I'm not going to say what the sizes are because it's not my pattern to tell you that. But what I did is I just reduced the size of, I left the center the same, which meant the length of the top rectangle, bottom, and the side rectangles. The squares on the corners were the only thing that really had to change, and the width of the rectangles had to change. But I I kept that center the same because I wanted that larger, because to me that's the Lemoyne. That otherwise it's just an Irish chain. But I just decreased those corner squares by 1/2 inch. That's all I did. So that is on my table. Hopefully my fabric will come in and I'll get to work on it this week. But if not, I'm okay. I got more than enough work to do. So the next thing though that is on my table is block number 6. Let me see if I can show this to you without showing the cutting instructions. That is block number 6, the Ohio Star basket. Isn't that funny? That's called the Ohio. Let me see what this other one was called again. Maybe I miscalled it. Nope, it's called the Ohio Star. So we've got 2 Ohio Stars this week. That's the Ohio Star basket. It's for Fat Quarter Shop's Peaceful Baskets. That may or may not get touched this week. I've got a lot going on this week, getting ready to go out of town, so it may or may not get touched. And upcoming is our cotton cuts. This is the Wild West. I am hashtag Dusty Rose. That's the colorway that I chose. We should be getting the next clue, or clue number 3. It should be sent out on the 27th, I believe is what I just put it back in here. All I got to do is open my little pamphlet up and it tells me September 27th will be clue number 3. So that will be waiting for me when I come back home from going out of town. So that will be interesting and fun. So those are the things that I have going on coming up. So guys, please give me a thumbs up if you like this. If you have not already subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.